guys, welcome back to Ignite You, another episode. I'm excited today because I have a special guest who is with me. And not only is she my friend, but she's also someone I used to mentor while she was in high school. And so Shelby wears many hats, and I just want to highlight all of her successes, all of the things that she's been doing in her journey. And so today is all about her and her brand and what she has to offer. So, Shelby, can you give us a little insight? I know that you're 21 years old, you're currently an EMT for Acadiana Ambulance. And you also have 2 more months before you become a licensed cosmetologist, which is amazing. And you just started your own business, which is making soaps and natural products for all, all types of skincare. So tell me a little bit about how that is as far as like being an entrepreneur, just wearing many hats.
Well, I mean, it's a lot to gamble with, but I feel like it all pays off in the end. I feel like I try to stay dedicated to my business, making products, as well as my job with Acadian Ambulance, and just learning new things about skincare and how they can promote our bodies and healthy skin and stuff like that. I always just like to do that.
I love that though, because even in high school, I noticed that you were a leader, of course, naturally, a trailblazer. So anything you would say you wanted to do, you would just do it. And I always admired that about you, how you don't waste time. You just, if you have a passion for something, you're going to execute it. And not only that, you're going to do it with excellence. You're not going to just half step it or, just toss it to the side. You're going to give it your all. And I just want to commend you for that.
Thank
Just for pushing past like what most teenagers would probably just be doing is as far as let's always going out, just having a good time. Which you had a good time. You have a good time. Let's talk about that. You have a great time, but you also make sure your priorities are in the front, the forefront. And so I'm proud of you, girl. I'm so excited.
Make sure I save the weekend.
Yeah, you save the weekend for a good time, which brings a healthy balance, I'm sure. So can we touch on how do you manage all of your roles, being an EMT, an upcoming cosmetologist, and also a soap maker, as well as skincare products that you have?
I go to the night program at Blue Cliff, so I go from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m. every night. And in the mornings, I was either working at a daycare for a family member. I'd pick up a shift with Acadian. I'm PRN with them, so I kind of make my own schedule, work when I want.
Which is good for your type of work,
But I try to avoid working weekends at all costs. So what I would do is if I wasn't at the daycare, I'd pick up a shift with Acadian, go to night class, and then when I get home from night class, so I wouldn't have to do it on the weekend, I was making soap. 10 o'clock at night, making soap, doing whatever I gotta do, packaging my orders, and then the next morning, either on a lunch break, before I go to school, work, whatever, which post office is very hard.
Right, juggling, just shipping orders out because everything. Let's talk about that, how you're juggling school as well as work, and then you're finding ways to make your products, and you're doing it's all natural. So I'm sure it takes a process and time. So you're managing that plus trying to ship it.
Yes.
Whew.
So it takes me about, I say, an hour to make one block of soap, which is essentially 12 bars.
12 bars, okay.
But that soap can't be sold until 6 weeks later. A lot of people don't
Weeks?
know that.
See, no, I don't think about the process on a day to day of how to make, or like how soap is being formed or made. And so can you touch on like why you decided to make natural soap and all about the processes and what's your favorite one that you've made so far?
So I knew before I started cosmetology school that I wanted to do the natural thing, all natural, natural hair, like dedicate what I do for that audience. And so I used to make a hair cream that wasn't very successful, in my opinion. So I recently broke my arm in September playing baseball.
Girl.
And so that downtime, I was miserable, but that's typically when I get the best ideas.
Right? Isn't that
And
true?
yes, so my grandmother has a garden and she grows rosemary, lavender, all that good stuff. And that's what I was using to make my hair creams. And we were just like, winter's coming up, what the plant gonna die, what are you gonna do with it? So I had fermented a whole bunch of oil, and at first it was kind of like, what else can I
Can
do?
you do with it?
And then
Yeah.
soap came across one day, and I did a lot of research, and I was like, man, that's a lot of chemicals.
Yes.
I'm dangerous, probably not. But I made my first batch, and surprisingly, like, it was one of my best bars of soap. And then the next one was complete trash. Terrible. Yeah,
I love how you touch on, okay, this was great, and then you're like, no, the last one was trash, but you recognize what was your, strong points and what's not. So what else happened?
For Christmas, I gave out over 50 bars of soap just for like Christmas gifts.
Wow.
And I was like, y'all just let me know, like, just use it. Let me know what y'all think. And people were asking for them again. People were asking if I sell it. And I was like, yeah, I do.
Love it.
So it just kind of took off from there. And then my sister made cutting boards and woodwork. And I was like, put that on my website.
On your website as well. And then let's talk about you making a website. You're just getting it all set up for success. Eventually, these soaps, what's the name? Let everyone know.
It's
what
Creole CNC.
Creole CNC will be in stores, okay? So eventually you'll be walking down the aisles in Target and you'll see, eventually your soaps.
I plan on it.
Yes, like there's no limit to what you can do. I mean, you've already proven that if you put your mind to something, you can do it. So, with your soaps, have you had any success stories like customers come and tell you the results that they've had from using your soap?
Well, at first it was myself. I noticed a huge difference in my face because I wouldn't say I have severe acne, but I've always had, dealt with it. And so I started noticing my face was glowing, I started getting compliments. But this one lady who purchased from me, she had diabetes, and so when you have diabetes, you get a lot of pigmentation. Your skin almost turns black in the back. It starts being like real clumpy, and I was like, hey, try it out. It's got goat's milk, turmeric, like you just never know. And she used it, religiously, and she actually told me like she would feel the pieces like shedding off of her. And it actually helped her out a lot.
Oh, that gives me chills. I love that. Oh, that's amazing. You have to put that on your website as a big,
can you send me a picture?
as a review. Yes, that's awesome, right? But I mean, just type it up, everything she told you, because that's awesome. And I'm sure there's so many kids or people out there with dry skin, eczema, so many different cases. So I love that you have soap for each, thing like that. Is there anything that you want to do that you haven't started yet when it comes to your brand?
Well, I'm working on a bar, like a shampoo bar, in which I don't even buy shampoo anymore. Like my hair, I've tested every one of my bars, even the citronella bar.
Girl, you have sold me, okay?
I've tested them all. My favorite is the goat's milk bar for my hair.
Okay.
But I want to make like a bar with like different oils that are strictly hair oils, not only coconut castor.
Right.
Stuff like that. And also this cream right here was something I was working on, but I dropped it today. So
okay, so let's talk about this cream. What is this beautiful? I love the package. So what is your cream have in it? Can I smell it?
Yeah, my aunt had actually gave me Melissa. She had actually gave me these bottles, and I was like, what am I gonna do with that? Thinking.
So good.
And I was like, well, I can make me a body butter. So that's gonna be like a really thick consistency. So the difference between lotion and body butters is lotions are made with water and an emulsifier, and then your oils and butters. But this is strictly butter, beeswax, and oils. So a little bit goes a long way, and it's a longer lasting moisturizer.
I mean, did you see how ashy my hands were on purpose? And I'm putting it on now, guys. I wish you could see. But it's so, like, it spreads so good. It's soft and it smells so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting that. Like, it's no question. I'm about to. And then, so
Yeah.
what about like? So you said it has shea butter in it
It
too.
has shea
So that
butter.
has like like is basically a
Yeah. So
sunscreen.
really, the only difference from that and my hair product that I was making is I was adding aloe vera gel in my hair product, but this one is kind of without it. And I kind of got more educated on like ingredient measurements as
Okay.
far as you need more butters than oils in certain soaps and certain things so they don't
Wow.
separate. Because
Yes.
when you're making something natural, it's easy to add oil and butters
Right.
together, but in order for them not to separate and become just runny oil, that's when your measurements come about. Because I use that in my hair as well. Like, I've always
Wow.
used, shea butter
And
and
your hair is
oils.
thriving. Like it's
Yes.
so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, as far as when you go out and sell, like you go out into the community, do you have
Mm-hmm.
any farmers markets that you go to?
So we go to the flea market really when there's a big event. I do post on my Facebook when we're gonna be there. We're also looking at going somewhere on I think it's May 11th. I'll have to get back with you. There's actually gonna be an event downtown. They're doing it the second weekend of every month until May, June, July. I think August. And
Wow.
they're gonna block the road and they're just gonna have vendors set. So we kind of try to do events like that.
Wow. Yeah, no, I love doing events because you can see people's reactions to when they come and
Right.
look at your product. And
Mhm.
I mean, how do you feel when you make a product and sell it? Like, I know for
Mhm.
me, it's a good feeling. Like, when I put my heart and soul into something and see
Mhm.
people react to it, that's so
Right.
fulfilling.
I kind of feel like I'm happy that like it just makes me feel like I don't know how to explain it like conquered
Conquer, yes. Like,
or
you're just
like
so
a
proud. Like, you're
success.
so successful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially when they like it. It's one thing to I
To
could
sell
sell
it,
some.
right, right,
Yeah, I could
right.
sell,
But
but
when
for
they
them to be back
like
and actually
it,
like it, yeah.
oh, I love that. I love that for you. I have a few more questions. I'm not going to keep you long. Tell us about your role in footwork. So, footwork, basically just explain what footwork is and how, that coincides with your brand and who you are as a person.
So I have a good friend named Drake LeBlanc, and I am promoting for him right now.
Yes.
And he was given a grant to make a film, a French documentary, and he decided to film Creole cowboys in Louisiana. And I met him at a ride. He told me about it. I was like, "Oh, my grandpa speaks French."
Yeah.
And then that's how I kind of got the role. So he made a documentary about me, my grandfather, and a couple of other people in Louisiana. And he's just documenting the culture. And I feel like it kind of coincides with my brand because I am
Yes.
Creole.
Creole.
We are representing, the
Mm-hmm.
Creole culture. And I feel like he just gave me good publicity, you know.
Awesome. Yes. Oh, well, y'all have to check out Footwork. I mean, if you
Yes.
haven't already done so, especially if you're from Louisiana, I mean, this is a part of our culture. And especially with that Beyonce album that just dropped, isn't it
Mm,
timely? Like,
yes.
everything is just falling into
It is.
place.
It
Yes.
is.
So I know you're proud because listen, Shelby is a true country girl. I mean, has her horses. Talk about that baby of yours. That's like your baby. I mean, the
Oh, I
trail
was about
rides.
to say what?
No, no, not no. The horse, baby. The horse is
Yes.
like your
Yes, it
baby.
is.
You
It is real
know,
expensive.
expensive, but
Yes.
I can't see you
Yeah.
without a horse. It
No.
just makes sense. So
Yeah.
everything about your brand represents Creole culture. Everything that you have going for you,
Mhm.
and of course, when you go to trail rides, you can enjoy yourself, and
Mhm.
that's another avenue. Tell the listeners about like what it's like just going, having a good time, not having to stress about work, but just what is it that
Mhm.
makes you happy? What is it that you do to enjoy yourself?
Really just whatever I feel. I don't really make plans. I think I had told you that. I
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
show up. But I do enjoy going ride my horse. Everybody knows that.
Love it.
I just feel like I don't know when I'm with my horse. I'm typically by myself because I pull my own trailer. I go by myself, and I just feel like free, like,
Free, yes, freedom in
just
that.
just going out with family and just having a good time.
Love that. Love that. So, what advice would you give? This is my last question to someone aspiring to just jump out there and start something that they're passionate about. What would you tell them?
I would tell them just start. Like a start is better than not starting at all. Like any idea, no idea is a bad idea. Like
Whew.
just go for it. I will say like promote yourself because I had trouble with that. Like I'm so good at promoting everybody else's,
Else, me too. I
but
do that all
when
the
it
time,
comes to
Shelby.
myself,
You're
I'm
like,
like,
oh, let me just here and there, but it's not like
yeah.
definite. Oh,
So
I
just go
love
for it.
that. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I want you all to remember that everyone has a spark that can turn into a flame if you ignite it. So, like she said, start. Don't. There's nothing that's too hard that you can't do. And also, how can people follow you since you don't want to promote yourself all the time? Let's do it right now. Let today be a start. So, how can people follow your journey and continue to support you?
So our page on Facebook and Instagram is Creole CNC. So CreoleCNC, and that's gonna be our Facebook and Instagram. And there is a link to our website on both platforms.
Perfect. So please, guys, go support Shelby and everything that she has going for her. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. See y'all later. Bye.